Welcome to Tungla Online Classes. Today we are going to discuss the another application of relative motion in two dimensions. In the last class we discussed the most important application in the relative motion in two dimension, that is riverboat concept. In that we also discuss sub cases. First one is downstream. In the downstream the boat is moving in the direction of the flow of the water. Upstream, in the upstream the boat is moving opposite to the direction of the flow of the water. Next, third case is to cross the river in the shortest path, and the fourth case is about to cross the river in the shortest time interval. The entire derivations also we did. Now, the another application in the relative motion in two dimension is what? Rain umbrella concept. Rain umbrella concept. So it is also one of the application of relative motion. First definition of the relative motion. Whenever two objects will be in the motion in the given plane, the velocity of one object with respect to the another object is equal to, we are writing that VAB bar. VAB bar. What is the VAB is indicating that relative velocity of A with respect to the body B. Relative velocity of A with respect to the body B. So, which is represented by VAB bar. VAB bar is equal to what? General notation VA bar minus VB bar. VA bar minus VB bar. So, here also we consider that we are assuming the rain is falling vertically downwards. What we are assuming here? The rain will be falling vertically downwards with respect to the ground. So, VR bar is indicating what? VR bar is indicating the velocity of rain with respect to the ground. VR bar is indicating what? Velocity of the rain with respect to the ground. So, which is a falling vertically downwards, and we are assuming that a man is moving in the horizontal direction. With a velocity of Vm bar. The man is walking horizontally with a velocity Vm bar. So, Vm bar is indicating what? Velocity of the man with respect to again ground. So, that Vm bar is indicating velocity of the man with respect to ground. So, whatever the two velocities we considered, one is a VR bar, another one is a what? Vm bar. All these velocities are measured with respect to the ground only. Now, I want to measure the velocity of the rain with respect to man. So, that is nothing but the apparent velocity of the rain. Relative velocity of rain with respect to man is also we are calling as a what? Apparent velocity of the rain with respect to the man who is moving in the horizontal direction. So, velocity of the rain with respect to man, Vrm bar is indicating what? Relative velocity of rain with respect to man. So, Vrm bar is indicating what? Relative velocity of the rain with respect to the man. Once again coming to the general formula. VAB bar is nothing but what? Velocity of A with respect to the B. So, which is also can be written as VAB bar is equal to VA bar minus VB bar. Now, what we are going to find here? We are going to find the magnitude of relative velocity of the rain with respect to man. And also we are going to find the direction of relative velocity of the rain with respect to the man. So, here we are going to calculate two physical quantities. One is that we are going to find the magnitude of the rain with respect to the man, relative velocity of the rain with respect to the man, and it is also a vector quantity. That means it is having certain magnitude as well as direction. So, we are going to calculate the magnitude as well as direction of the relative velocity of the rain with respect to man. So, according to the general notation, Vrm bar is equal to, how can we write? Vr bar minus Vm bar. Vrm bar is equal to what? Vr bar minus Vm bar. Subtraction of the two vectors. See here, the same value will be written as Vr bar plus minus Vm bar. So what I am writing here, actually Vrm bar is equal to, according to the general notation of the relative velocity, we are writing that Vr bar minus Vm bar. That also to be modified as Vr bar plus of minus Vm bar, plus of minus Vm bar. So here minus Vm bar is representing what? Minus Vm bar is representing what? Minus Vm bar is representing that the negative vector of Vm bar. Minus Vm bar is indicating what? Negative vector of the velocity of the man. What is meant by negative vector? Already we know that if you want to represent a negative vector for a given vector, which is giving the same magnitude, but that should be represented in the opposite direction, so that actual velocity of the man will be represented in which direction? Say it is as a positive x-axis. Vm bar, what we are assuming here? The velocity of the man will be acting along which direction? Positive x-axis. If Vm bar will be acting along the positive x-axis, minus Vm bar will be acting in which direction? Negative direction. So that this dotted vector is representing what? Minus Vm bar. That dotted vector what I represent along the negative x-axis, that should be representing what? Negative vector of Vm bar. Once again coming to this one, here Vr bar is the first vector, minus Vm bar is the second vector. Vr bar is the first vector and minus Vm bar is the second vector. Here what we did actually, from this equation we will clearly saying that velocity of rain vector will be numerical, will be graphically added to the, will be vectorially added to the, again repeating, in this equation, Vr bar is indicating what? Velocity of the rain with respect to the ground. That first vector will be vectorially added to the negative vector of Vm bar. Coming to this diagram again, Vr bar is indicating which vector? First vector, and Vm bar is indicating what? Second vector. What is the definition of the vector addition according to the graphical method? The head of the first vector must be joined to the tail of the second vector. That only we drawn here. It is indicating what? Head of the first vector and which is joined to the tail of the second vector. That means these first vector comma second vector will be represented in the proper way. Now we will add them by graphical method. By the graphical method, resultant vector will be drawn from where to where? Tail of the first vector to the head of the second vector. Resultant is drawn from where to where? Tail of the first vector to the head of the second vector. This resultant vector is nothing but Vrm bar. That resultant vector what we drawn from tail of the first vector to the head of the second vector, that is also called what? Relative velocity of the rain with respect to the man. So by using this vector addition only, we are calculating the relative velocity of the rain with respect to man. So this is a method to find the direction of Vrm bar. Now I want to calculate what? Magnitude of what? Vrm bar, magnitude of Vrm bar. Already in the previous cases we saw, to find the magnitude, which theorem we are using? Pythagoras theorem. Which theorem we are using? Pythagoras theorem. So this is one of the right angle triangle. From the right angle triangle, square of the hypotenuse is equal to square of the side plus square of the side. Therefore, from the Pythagoras theorem we will writing that Vrm square is equal to Vrm square is equal to Vr square plus Vm square. Vrm square is equal to what? Vr square plus Vm square. So therefore, magnitude of relative velocity, magnitude of relative velocity, magnitude of relative velocity. So magnitude of relative velocity Vrm is equal to under root of Vr square plus Vm square. Vr square plus Vm square. So by using this formula, if you know the value of velocity of rain with respect to the ground as well as the velocity of the man with respect to the ground, so by using this formula under root of Vr square plus Vm square, we have to calculate the magnitude of relative velocity of the rain with respect to man. And one more point here, we are assuming that this angle is equal to beta. So what is the beta? So beta is defined as angle made by the relative velocity of rain with respect to the man with the direction of velocity of rain Vr bar. So what we are assuming here, beta is angle made by the relative velocity of rain with respect to man, angle made by the relative velocity of rain with respect to man with the direction of velocity of rain, What is the need of this beta value? What is the need of that beta value? That beta value is saying that in the direction of Vrm bar means what? Direction of the apparent velocity of the rain, so that in what direction we have to hold the umbrella? For that simply we have to remember that, so the umbrella always to be hold in the direction of relative velocity of the rain only. Once again I repeating that, what is the use of the beta value means? Beta value is saying that in such direction, that means in which direction relative velocity of rain with respect to man will be there, in that direction only, you must hold the umbrella. Now how can we calculate beta value? So here tan beta from the diagram, so tan beta is equal to opposite side magnitude Vm by adjacent side magnitude Vr. So how can we are calculating the tan beta value? Tan beta value is equal to opposite side by adjacent side. From this diagram, opposite side value will be indicating what? Vm bar. We have to calculate only the magnitude. So tan beta is equal to what? Vm by Vr bar. Tan theta is equal to what? Vm by Vr bar. So this is the method of rain umbrella concept. In the rain umbrella concept, what we calculate actually? We calculated, first point, we calculated the direction of the Vrm bar, by using the triangle of vector addition. Second one, we also calculated the magnitude of relative velocity of the rain, with respect to the man. That formula is equal to Vrm is equal to under root of Vr square plus Vm square. Tan Vrm is equal to what? Under root of Vr square plus Vm square. and also we calculated in what direction. That means what is the angle made by the umbrella, what is the angle made by the umbrella with the direction of the rain, with the direction of rain, that is represented by beta. Angle made by either relative velocity or angle made by the umbrella with respect to the direction of velocity of the rain. So tan beta is equal to, we calculated Vm by Vr. By using this concept, we solve the numericals which are based on rain umbrella concept. Okay. Next topic is oblique projectile. What is that? Oblique projectile. So how can we define oblique projectile? If any one of the body is projected into the air, if any one of the body is projected into the air with a certain initial velocity, by making an angle theta, which should be always less than 90 degrees, then such type of projection, such type of body is calling as a what? Projectile. How can we define a projectile? If a body was thrown into the air, with a certain initial velocity, and which is also making an angle theta with respect to the horizontal, such a body is also calling as projectile. Such a body is also calling as a what? Projectile. So in the projectile, what we are going to study? So the important question is, they are asking that derive the expression for trajectory of a oblique projectile. So this is a very important question. Usually they are asking for the 5 marks. So for that, so we are assuming that a body of mass m is projected with an initial velocity vector u bar. A body of mass m is projected with an initial velocity vector u bar by making an angle theta with respect to the horizontal, which is also present in xy plane, So already we assumed that if any one of the vector is present in the given plane, that vector will be resolved into rectangular components. That rectangular components derivations also we proved in the previous classes. So here we will assume that a body is projected with initial velocity vector, which is represented by u bar, and this u bar will be placed in the two-dimensional plane, so that initial velocity vector can be resolved into two components. One of the component is present along x-axis, and the another component is present along the y-axis respectively. So the horizontal component of velocity ux is given by u cos theta. The horizontal component of initial velocity vector which was present along the x-axis is given by ux is equal to what? U cos theta. Similarly, the initial component velocity which is present along the y-axis, which is given by uy is equal to what? U sin theta. Ux is equal to what? U cos theta. Uy is equal to what? U sin theta respectively. Therefore, the above equation is also to be written as ux is equal to what? U cos theta into I cap plus u sin theta into j cap. U bar is equal to what? Ux cos theta into I cap plus uy sin theta into j cap. Okay, next. Whenever the body will be traveling in the xy plane, so there is some forces acting on the object. But along the x-axis direction, along horizontal horizontal direction, there is no force is acting. There is no force is acting on the projected body. If a body will be projected into the plane, we throw a body into the air. We throw a body into the air. At that time, over that body, only one force was present. That is nothing but gravitational force. That is nothing but gravitational force. There is no force is acting along the horizontal direction. That only we told. Whenever the body will be moving in the plane, whenever the body will be moving in the plane, there is no force is acting along the horizontal direction. That implies, we will write that net force acting along the x-axis is equal to 0. Net force acting along the x-axis is equal to 0. If there is no force is acting along the x direction, there is no force is acting along the x direction, so that means the acceleration present along the x-axis also is equal to 0. If force is equal to 0, acceleration is also 0. If acceleration is equal to 0 means the velocity which is present along the horizontal direction, will be remain same. Once again, this is a very important point we have to understood. Whenever the projectile is projected into the air, over that projectile only one force is acting. What is that force? Only the gravitational force. Already we know that gravitational force is always acting in the vertically downward direction. That's why I told that along the horizontal direction there is no force is acting. Horizontal direction will be taken along the x-axis. That only I wrote here. Fx is equal to 0. If Fx is equal to 0 means what? Ax is equal to 0. Ax is equal to 0 means what? There is no acceleration along the x-axis. When the acceleration will be existing, whenever there is a change in velocity with respect to the time, then only acceleration was present. Acceleration is equal to 0 means what? Along the horizontal direction, there was no change in velocity. That only I wrote. Ux is indicating what? Velocity present along the x-axis. There is no change in horizontal velocity means what? The horizontal component of velocity will be remains constant in its trajectory. That only we wrote. Ux is equal to constant. At any time, the horizontal component of velocity does not be changes, and its value will be is equal to ux is equal to what? U cos theta at any instant. So this is the meaning of there is no horizontal force is acting in the horizontal direction. Okay. Next, which force is acting here over the projectile? Only gravitational force acts in downward direction. So which force only is acting on the body? Only gravitational force is acting on the body. So that is also acting in the vertically downward direction. So that here gravitational force body, this a positive y-axis indicating what? Vertically upward direction. Acceleration will be acting in which direction? Vertically downward direction. Therefore, Ay is equal to, we will took minus g. Ay is equal to what? Minus g. That is the acceleration present over the body, which is nothing but acceleration due to gravity. But here I put the negative sign. Why? All the values what we are taking along the positive y-axis, they will be taken as the positive, and the values what we are taking along the negative y-axis, they will be taken as negative. That's why this acceleration due to gravity actually opposes the motion of the body in the vertically upward direction. That's why we are keeping that Ay is equal to what? Minus y. Ay is equal to what? Minus y. Now, here, in the path of the projectile, I consider a point P. So, what is the point P? So, after t seconds, we are assuming that after t seconds, the projectile reaches the point P. So, what I assumed here, whenever the body will be projected from the point O at t is equal to 0, the projection of the body will be takes place at what time? T is equal to 0. So, whenever the body will be projected at t is equal to 0, after t seconds, I am assuming that the particle will be crossing the point P of xy. P of xy means what? P of xy means what? So, here x denotes that horizontal distance covered by it in t seconds. So, x is indicating what? Horizontal distance covered by the projectile in first t seconds. X is measured in which direction? Horizontal direction. So that by using the basic equation, Sx is equal to, I will write ux into t plus half ax into t square. Which equation I consider here? Displacement equation, first equation of the motion. S is equal to ut plus half at square. Why I mentioned x? Displacement along the x-axis is equal to ux into t. What is the ux? Horizontal component of the velocity along the x-axis into time plus half into ax into t square. So, what is the displacement covered by the object in t seconds? That value is equal to what? X. That value is equal to what? X, and ux value is equal to what? U cos theta. Ux value is equal to what? U cos theta, and t means t only. T means t only. This entire value will be is equal to 0. Half into ax into t square value is equal to 0. Why? We wrote acceleration present along the x-axis is equal to 0. Acceleration present along the x-axis is equal to 0. If ax is equal to 0, this complete term value is equal to what? 0. So, therefore, what we got? X is equal to what? U cos theta into t. From this, t value is equal to x by u cos theta. Equation number 1. So, I derived the expression for a t. T is equal to what I got? T is equal to x by u cos theta. X by u cos theta. Once again, displacement general equation was considered. Sx is equal to ux into t plus half into ax into t square. So, ax value already we mentioned that it's 0. There is no acceleration along the x-axis. That's why this total term value is equal to what? 0. Therefore, in the place of Sx, we write x, that is equal to u cos theta into t. T is equal to x by u cos theta. So, what is the first equation we got? T is equal to x by u cos theta. So, further we consider that displacement along the x-axis. Now, I consider the motion along the y-axis. For that, again I am writing the basic equation. S is equal to ut plus half at square only. S is equal to, what is the equation I wrote here? S is equal to what? Ut plus half at square. So, here the motion was describing along which axis? Y-axis. For that, I put here the suffixes sy is equal to uy into t plus half into ay into t square. Uy into t plus half into ay into t square. What is the sy denotes? Displacement covered in first t seconds along the y-axis. Displacement covered in the first t seconds along the y-axis. So, that value is nothing but Sy is equal to y. Sy is equal to what? Y. Displacement along the y-axis after t seconds. Displacement along the y-axis after t seconds. So y is equal to uy value already here you wrote. Uy is equal to u sin theta. Uy is equal to what? U sin theta. Therefore, u sin theta into t plus half into ay already I told minus g into t square. Minus g into t square. Why you taken the minus g? The values you are measuring along the positive y-axis, they will be taken as the positive. The values you are measuring along the negative y-axis, they will be taken as the what? Negative. Acceleration due to gravity will be acting in which direction? Downward direction. That's why acceleration was taken as negative. Now, substitute the values. Y is equal to u sin theta, t value x by u cos theta. T value is equal to what? X by u cos theta plus a half into minus g again t value t square x square by u square cos square theta. X square by u square cos square theta. Simply we substitute the value of t only from the equation 1. Here u will be getting cancelled. Sin theta by cos theta, tan theta. Therefore, tan theta into x minus g by this complete term I will write as a single 2u square cos square theta into x square. Y is equal to what I wrote? Tan theta into x minus g by 2u square into cos square theta into x square. So, this is the equation 2. Now, so let us assume capital A is equal to tan theta. Capital A is equal to what? Tan theta. And capital B is equal to g by 2u square cos square theta. What we are assuming here? Tan theta value will be assuming as A and g by 2u square cos square theta value will be assuming as capital B. If you substitute these values here, so the final equation you are getting that y is equal to ax minus bx square. Ax minus bx square. So, this is the equation number 3. This equation y is equal to ax minus bx square is indicating the equation of trajectory. So, that is the expression for what? Equation of trajectory. The equation of trajectory of a projectile. The equation of trajectory of a projectile is given by y is equal to ax minus bx square. Y is equal to what? Ax minus bx square. So, y is equal to ax minus bx square is parabolic form. So that the equation of trajectory is indicating the parabolic path. Equation of trajectory is indicating that, so parabolic path. That is, if any one of the body will be projected into the air, that body trajectory will be in the form of a parabola. So, this is the trajectory equation for a projectile. Okay. So, this is the 5 marks question. Okay. Now, we will derive some formulas for time of ascent, time of flight, maximum height and range. Out of them, the first one is the time of ascent. Already in the motion straight line vertically projected body, you know the definition of time of ascent. How can we define time of ascent? The time taken by a body to reach its maximum height. The time taken by a body to reach its maximum height, or the time taken by a body before its final velocity value becomes to 0. The time taken by a body before its the final velocity value becomes to what? 0. Maximum height. So here in the trajectory of the projectile, this point is indicating what? H maximum or maximum height. So at maximum height, the y component of velocity will be is equal to 0. The y component of velocity will be is equal to what? 0. Suppose in the vertically projected body, so whenever the body will be reaches the height, the body will be coming to instantaneous rest. The body will be coming to the instantaneous rest. That means for the fraction of the times, its the final velocity value is equal to what? 0. That only we are saying that whenever the body will be reaches the maximum height, at a maximum height, Vy is equal to what? 0. To reach that maximum height, whatever the time taken by the body, that we are calling as what? Time of ascent. So, I will write the general equation. V is equal to U plus Ct. V is equal to what? U plus Ct. So, we are discussing the motion along the y-axis means, I will write Vy is equal to Uy plus Ay into T. Vy value already we told 0. Uy is equal to initial velocity along the y-axis. That value is equal to what? U sin theta. Ay value already you know minus g. And to T means we are indicating with Ta. Ta is indicating what? Time of ascent. So from this we will write. So g into Ta is equal to U sin theta. Ta is equal to U sin theta by g. Ta is equal to what? U sin theta by g. So this is the expression for time of ascent. Time of ascent. Next definition is time of flight. So which is indicated with the capital T. So time of flight is defined as the time spent by the projectile. The time spent by the projectile in air. The time spent by the projectile in air before reaching the ground. Before reaching the horizontal level. Before reaching the horizontal level or before reaching the ground also we will tell. So how can we define the time of flight? The time spent by the projectile in the air before it reaches the horizontal level. So if you see here, whenever the body will be projected into the air, so at t is equal to 0, it is projected from the point of the projection, and we are saying that the time spent by the projectile in the air will be is equal to what? T. In the air is equal to what? In the air is equal to what? T. Now, so whenever the projectile will be reaches the same horizontal level, what we have to understood? The resultant displacement along y direction is equal to 0. From the same point we projected the body into the air. Again after t time it reaches the same horizontal level. Here horizontal displacement is there, but there is no displacement between point of projection to the point where it was reaches the ground. That means here we will write displacement along the y-axis is equal to 0. Displacement along the y-axis is equal to 0. Now I will take the general equation. Sy is equal to Uy into T plus half into Ay into T square. So displacement along the y-axis is equal to what? 0. Displacement along the y-axis is equal to what? 0. Uy is equal to what? U sin theta. Total time will be taken as capital T. Total time will be taken as what? Capital T. Plus half into ay means what? Minus g. Ay is equal to what? Minus g into capital T square. Into capital T square. Okay. Now, this term will be coming to the left side. It becomes to what? Positive. That value is equal to half into g into t square is equal to half into g into t square is equal to u sin theta into t. U sin theta into what? T. So tt will be getting cancelled. We require the t value. So t is equal to 2u sin theta by g. T is equal to what? 2u sin theta by g. So that is the expression for time of flight. Time of flight. So what is the definition of the time of flight? The total time spent by the projectile in the air before it reaches the same horizontal level. Whenever it reaches the same horizontal level, which displacement value is equal to 0? Displacement along the y-axis is equal to what? 0. Displacement along the y-axis is equal to what? 0. So what is the formula for the time of flight? T is equal to 2u sin theta by g. Next definition is the maximum height. Maximum height. So already we know the definition of the maximum height in the linear motion. So here, the vertical displacement covered by the projectile, the vertical displacement covered by the projectile during its time of ascent, during its time of ascent. So how can we define the vertical displacement? The vertical displacement covered by the projectile, the vertical displacement covered by the projectile during its time of ascent. Time of ascent. So that a maximum vertical displacement covered by the projectile during its time of ascent is called what? H maximum. So maximum height is indicating what? H maximum. So here also which motion we consider? Motion along the y-axis only we consider. Motion along the y-axis. So displacement equation Sy is equal to uy into t plus half ay t square. Sy is equal to what? Uy into t plus half ay into t square. Here, Sy we are calling as H maximum. Sy we are calling as what? H maximum. Time t is equal to time of ascent. Time t is equal to what? Time of ascent. And acceleration along the y-axis is equal to what? Minus g. Here, in the place of Sy, what we are adding? That H maximum. So maximum height, t is equal to time of ascent, ay is equal to minus g. Substitute these values. Sy is equal to what? H maximum, uy, u sin theta, t means what? Time of ascent minus half into g into t a square. So here, u sin theta. Time of ascent is equal to, already we derived, u sin theta by g. U sin theta by g. U sin theta by g minus 1 by 2 into g into Ta is equal to what? U sin theta by g. Squaring means what? U square sin square theta by g square. U sin theta whole square, u square sin square theta by g square. G will be getting cancelled. So here, u sin theta, u square sin square theta by g, u square sin square theta by g minus u square sin square theta by 2g. H max is equal to what you got here? U square sin square theta by g minus u square sin square theta by 2g. So the resultant value is H maximum is equal to u square sin square theta by 2g. H max is equal to, what is the general formula? U square sin square theta by 2g. Or we will also write uy is equal to u sin theta. Uy is equal to what? U sin theta. So H max can also to be written as uy square by 2g. H max can also to be written as what? Uy square by 2g. So this is the concept of what? Max. Next topic is range of the projectile. Range of the projectile. How can we define the range of the projectile? So the maximum horizontal distance covered by the projectile, the maximum horizontal distance covered by the projectile during its time of flight. During its time of flight. In the previous case, the maximum height is what? The displacement covered by the projectile along the vertical direction. The maximum horizontal distance covered by the projectile during its time of flight is called what? Range. If you look at the diagram, from this point, let it be O, and this is the point A. This O to A, whatever the horizontal distance will be there, that horizontal distance value is nothing but range of the projectile. That only we told. Maximum horizontal distance covered by the projectile during the time of flight is called what? Range of the projectile. So this displacement is along which axis? X direction. So that we consider the motion along the x axis. So again I am writing that Sx is equal to ux into t plus half ax into t square. Yes, x is equal to what? Ux into t plus half into ax into t square. Here Sx is the displacement along the x axis. That value is nothing but r. Next, ux, already you know, ux value is equal to u cos theta, and acceleration along the x axis is equal to what? 0. Acceleration along the x axis is equal to what? 0, and small t is equal to capital T. Small t is equal to capital T, which is equal to 2u sin theta by g. Small t value is equal to capital T, time of flight, that value is equal to what? 2u sin theta by g. Simply substitute these values in the above equation. In the place of Sx, r, ux value is equal to u cos theta into small t is equal to capital T. One more step we will write. So, plus this value is equal to what? 0. Ax value 0 means remaining term is equal to what? 0. U cos theta into t value 2u sin theta by g. So, r is equal to what you got? U cos theta into 2u sin theta by g. Now, r is equal to u into u square into 2 sin theta cos theta by g. U square into what? 2 sin theta cos theta by g. If you look at this formula, 2 sin theta cos theta, trigonometry, sin 2 theta is equal to 2 sin theta cos theta. Sin 2 theta general formula is a what? 2 sin theta cos theta. Therefore, r is equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. R is equal to what is the formula? U square sin 2 theta by g. So this is the expression for range of the projectile. This is